Football Federation, Fecafoot, suspends refereeing team and opens investigations into Victoria United vs PWD Bamenda match. A man known for his violent behavior allegedly burned the hands of his 3 children in Oyak, a neighborhood in Douala Littoral region. This and more in this newscast. It's 7 p.m. and when you hear 7 p.m, it's time for the primetime newscast on your #1 TV channel, Abakwa Television. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For presentation, I am Schneider William. 2 young men were discovered dead with gunshot wounds in the early hours of Sunday, January 26, 2026 in Bamenda, in Cameroon's northwest region. The bodies were found in a gutter along New Road in Quen, within the Bamenda 3 subdivision. Preliminary accounts suggest the victims were shot and killed after midnight. The identities of the deceased as well as those responsible for the killings have not yet been established. Local residents reported hearing gunshots around midnight in the Ntumuche, Mile 3 and Mile 4 Quen areas shortly before the bodies were discovered. Authorities have yet to issue an official statement and investigations are expected to commence as residents await further details. In a harrowing twist of fate, a family tragedy in Douala nearly spiraled into mob justice as enraged residents sought to deliver their own brand of correction to a man accused of heinously burning his children's hands. Thanks to the swift action of law enforcement, a potential lynching was averted, but the scars of this shocking incident linger on. Anne Joyce took interest in the story and reports.
In the streets of the Ohak neighborhood in Douala, a family tragedy unfolded when the harrowing cries of children pierced the evening air of drawing the attention of the neighbors. The man at the center of this storm, known to many as a volatile figure, had allegedly committed an unspeakable act against his own blood and flesh. Eyewitnesses reported that he had burnt the hands of his 3 children, leaving them not only physically hurt but emotionally hurt. The reasons behind this horrific act remain covered in mystery, but the impact was immediate. Within moments, the crowd began to gather to deliver what they termed a correction, a brutal form of redistribution for what they deemed an act of barbarity which was too evil to ignore. However, just as the situation reached a boiling point, gendarmes arrived at the scene. They moved to shield the man from the wrath of the mob, expertly navigating through the crowd of furious neighbors who were readily available to exhibit their own form of justice. Meanwhile, the children, traumatized and trembling, were taken into care. Their small hands, marked by burns and pain, told a story far too complex for words. It would take more than bandages to heal their emotional scars. In the days that followed, an investigation was launched to uncover the truth behind these tragic events. Authorities sought to piece together the fragments of a shattered family and understand what drove a father to such extremes.
We hope justice is served and the children heal fast. We continue today's news where Cameroon's defense and security forces say they have neutralized 3 individuals suspected to be separatist fighters during a military operation conducted in Dop, in the northwest region on January 25, 2026. According to security sources, the suspects were ambushed and killed during the operation. Several weapons and other items believed to be linked to separatist groups were reportedly recovered at the scene. Ndop remains one of the major hotspots in the northwest region, an area that continues to be severely affected by the ongoing crisis. In national news, Cameroon has taken another step towards reducing its dependence on wheat imports as harvest has just begun at Wasande in the Adamawa region, with an expected yield of 600 tons of wheat, an action which aims to eliminate spending hundreds of billions of francs CFA on imports of what Cameroon can produce. More in the report. Regional authorities announced a development following a visit to the wheat fields by the governor of the Adamawa region, Kildadi Tagueke Buka, alongside the Director General of the Institute of Agricultural Research for Development, IRAD, Dr. Noe Woin. The officials expressed satisfaction with the quality of the wheat crop, which is now ready for harvest. According to IRAD, the harvest from more than 200 hectares will be used as basic seed for the next planting season, allowing the cultivation of up to 6,000 hectares of wheat nationwide. The initiative forms part of Cameroon's import substitution policy under the Integrated Plan for Agro-Pastoral and Fisheries Import Substitution for 2024 to 2026, aimed at reducing costly wheat imports and supporting made-in-Cameroon production. The harvest is part of Cameroon's import substitution strategy, aimed at reducing the country's heavy reliance on wheat imports, which currently cost the state hundreds of billions of francs CFA annually. The project is backed by a special grant awarded to IRAD in 2022 by President Paul Biya to promote local wheat production and processing. Authorities say the success of the Wasande Wheat project could serve as a model for scaling up wheat production across other suitable regions of the country in the coming years. Now to what's making the headlines in entertainment news. A man has made history by officially marrying his two wives in a single ceremony, an event the mayor described as unprecedented. Families converged on the Douala 1 Council over the weekend to witness Mampomo Janot Sylvain formally exchange vows with his two spouses, Chumon Sisa Sonita and Bule Ekango Gladys. Although Cameroonian law permits polygamy under customary law and the National Family Code, the mayor who presided over the civil signing noted that such a public and simultaneous union was a rare occurrence in his career. The ceremony attracted widespread attention, not only for its legal implications, but also for its openness, with relatives from both families present to mark the occasion. Now in football, the Cameroonian Football Federation Fecafoot has slammed a temporary suspension on the entire refereeing team and the match inspector for the Sunday's Victoria United vs PWD Bamenda Elite 1 match following what it termed clearly questionable refereeing decisions. Gashi Sharon has details and gives us in the report.
In a press release dated January 26th, the Federation announced that the officials have been barred from all football-related activities as the disciplinary committee examines the game. The match, played at the Limbe Centenary Stadium on Saturday, ended 3-0 in favor of Victoria United. All goals scored from penalties and 2 WD goals were disallowed, a result that sparked strong reactions from players, coaches and supporters. In a separate development, Fecafoot also revealed it had opened an administrative inquiry into the Elite 1 fixture between Dynamo of Douala and AS Fortuna. The probe follows serious suspicions of match fixing. A federation commission has been instructed to fully investigate the match and recommend sanctions if wrongdoing is confirmed.
Again in sports, Senegal's Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko, described the events during the African Cup of Nations final between Senegal and Morocco as deplorable and painful. He comments precedes potential sanctions from the Confederation of African Football after Senegal's players worked out of the pitch in protest against a VAR-awarded penalty before eventually defeating Morocco 1-0 in extra time. Details with Meniam Sibel.
The final was marred by clashes between Senegalese fans and Moroccan security as supporters attempted to enter the pitch in protest, leading to the arrest of 18 Senegalese fans who will face trial in Morocco. Following the match, social media exchanges between fans of both nations intensified, fostering mutual accusations. Speaking at a Moroccan-Senegalese Joint Commission in Rabat, Sonko emphasized the emotional context surrounding the incidents, urging that they be seen as expressions of passion rather than political or cultural conflicts. His remarks are significant as they represent one of the first acknowledgements from a senior Senegalese official regarding the disturbances in a conciliatory light. The Moroccan Football Federation is pursuing legal action with both CAF and FIFA concerning the incidents. CAF intends to take appropriate action after reviewing the events, while FIFA President Gianni Infantino criticized the behavior of some Senegalese players and coaching staff. Despite the tumult, Senegal's President Bassirou Diomaye Faye extended congratulations to the national team and expressed gratitude to Morocco for its organization of the tournament, highlighting the strong relationship between the two nations, especially regarding Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara.
And this brings us to the end of the primetime newscast on Abakwa Television. Contributions came in from Anne Joyce and the entire English news desk of Abakwa Television. This news was produced by Akongwi Brandon under the supervision of the station's manager, King Wills. In the anchor, I am Schneider Williams. Stay tuned to Abakwa Television for more exciting programs and entertainment. Good night.